Aiding a fugitive is now punishable by death. Aid the City Watch in this time of transition.
The air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful. Transfer. Got to get over to one of the other districts. Getting so one can't even breathe no more.
Is someone there?
I don't even know that. I can just go to the... She's wounded! Let's finish her!
Somebody's seen something. Now we're all on edge. My heart can't take much more of this. Trouble sleeping again last night. Maybe I ought to try one of those sleeping tinctures.
Wait, where is she? Come on! Let's have a fair fight. Where is she? You can't stay hidden for this time I'll get you!
Now?
You aren't going anywhere!
Aiding a fugitive is now punishable by death. Aid the City Watch in this time of transition.
I hope they accept my transfer.
What was that? Found! You're dead! You aren't going anywhere!
No!
Let's see what you've got! And for you! Damn it!
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
I'll tear you to pieces.
Came here to warn the Royal Protector. Maybe too late. Now what? What am I going to do? Something's going on at Dunwall Tower all across this cursed city. Where are you, Corvo Atano? Hey! Over here!
Lady Emily, you won't get far with that face. Stamped on half the coins in the city.
There's a coup underway, and I'm being blamed for the Crown Killer murders. I don't care what my face looks like.
My name's Megan Foster. I work with an old ally of yours, Anton Sokolov. We learned something scary down in the south, and I came to warn you.
I know, Anton, but Corvo's gone. The Duke of Serkonos is here with a woman named Delilah. They massacred everyone in the throne room. Then she did something I can't explain. There was nothing to do but run.
Sometimes that's all you can do. This is my ship, the Dreadful Wale. We can head out as soon as you're ready.
I need to get to Karnaca where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Should we go?
Yes, I'm ready. Am I still aboard Megan's ship? Feels odd. What is this place? Where am I? I can feel something moving closer. Watching.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I'm a friend of your father's from the bad old days. I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a killer in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But Delilah and the Duke are flies in the ointment, aren't they? How many of your own subjects are you ready to slaughter? And what are you willing to become? 15 years ago, I asked Corvo that last question. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn, Emily.
It burns from the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something. All the stories, they're true. Incredible. This is how I'm going to save my father and reclaim the throne. What is that? It feels familiar.
I know you. Do you remember? It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
Delilah slit a man's throat for a pair of shoes and painted some of the most brilliant portraits of the age, all in the same year. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes sycophants of those around her. All of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game, and now she's an empress. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing But the world is more off-kilter than I imagined. Everything has been turned inside out. But I'm not gonna stop fighting until it makes sense again. Karnaka's the southernmost port in the Empire. Once proud, but fallen into disarray. Under the new Duke, the Grand Serkonan Guard has gotten increasingly oppressive. Beatings and firing squads. The Bloodflies are said to be worse than ever. This is the birthplace of my father. Megan Foster keeps to herself, like she's hiding something. But she helped me escape Dunwall, and for now, I need a place to stay out of sight. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back, even if I have to burn this city to the ground.
be cursed. Daft old man, this is some shit. Back to that city. What would we have done in those days? All we got was probably not back from Dunwall yet. If we're lucky, the Howlers will be distracted by some scorned
Why is this here? It's Delilah.
Anton started it just before he was taken. They've got history, but he wouldn't say more. We've been en route for 2 weeks. I hope Sokolov is all right, wherever he is.
Always tinkering, painting, or living life with gusto. That's Sokolov.
Or must I say, Your Imperial Majesty? I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Bristol years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the dreadful Wale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
I'll always miss my lessons with Anton Sokolov. He made so many clever devices during my mother's time.
Karnaca looks pretty from a distance, but it's a city on the way down. And the blood flies are bad this year.
The Duke couldn't have pulled off the coup without someone inside the City Watch. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father and said Theodanis was a good man. Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world. So, the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Sokolov seems so much older now. It looks like the overland route to the Addermeyer Institute goes through the carriage station. The jewel of the South. My father's birthplace. You've explained part of it, but what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaca, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There were reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
Dunwall seems so far away. I'll come back soon, Father. I promise.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
Let's go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
Take you to Addermeyer by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkonos spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Addermeyer. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot. Reach Adamire, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Adamire. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
Maybe I should have it like that.
I miss the time when I could go to sleep without wondering if I'd wake up.
A little puss is all right, but this...
Welcome to Karnaca, stranger. The jewel of the South, they say. I guess that's what it looks like from very far away, huh?
Careful! Hey!
What ship is that out there? You know the skipper?
The dreadful Wale. No, it's not on the registry. Maybe one of the recent importers from Mordor.
Let's give it a day or two. If she's still there, I can ask a friend who's with the Grand Guard to take a squad on board and conduct a search. Give the crew time to load up whatever contraband.
That's Adamire in the distance.
Good thought. They give us a piece of the confiscation?
Yeah, we pass it along to another ship at a discount. Then we all split the take.
Just don't forget about me.
Are you coming tonight?
You bet.
Heard they're laying workers off at the whaling slaughterhouse.
You still eating? Oh, I'm not sure it's safe.
Of course I am.
I mean, I trust my butcher, but how can you be sure there aren't any of those filthy grubs in my steak?
I just boil everything. Simple as that. Tastes like shoe leather, but better.
Hello there.
Let's see what you got.
You knew that was supposed to go to us. What are we supposed to do now? We're out of money.
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
Sure. Oi!
Gutless merchants are all the same. Hands out.
What did you make on this promise?
Say one more word, Maya. I'm finished with this guy. Let's rush him.
Ramus, you worm.
Lying sack of shit. Turned on your own people.
That's it. You pushed me. This is your fault.
Here?
Something wrong?
Huh? What?
You need something? My brother-in-law tried to get me to sign on with a mining crew. No way I'm dying down in a hole. First one to admit when I'm scared. And there. See? I said it.
Another day like yesterday, and I think I'll give it up for good.
It wasn't always like this here, I can tell you that.
Hey!
What happened here?
Fellow Serkonans, in the Duke's
Nah,
absence, I
not
have the
this
following
time.
announcement. New restrictions are now in place due to the political assassinations
I'm getting
conducted
tired of the sound of my own voice. It's like I'm talking to a stone wall for all they listen. We're printing new posters soon. That usually brings in a few more workers each week.
Will be stopping and questioning all foreigners and new workers on the streets of Karnaca. Compliance is mandatory.
Spooky, someone grabbing people off the street.
Hey, come here.
An underground market. Illegal trade means weapons and ammunition.
Your face is no concern of mine. News isn't good, they say. They should do like me. Never read it. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear. Glad we could do business. You won't regret it. I'll take that deal. If the Grand Guard comes in, I don't know you. Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
I have something that might interest you. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Wanna help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermeyer Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it. Festive, all right. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
We just know they're dead, and the place is infested with bloodflies.
Carl, going through there puts us on the other side of the wall of light.
If you want out of the city as bad as I do, this is our chance.
More likely we all get stung to death. Then we end up hatching more bloodflies for the next group of idiots who try to get inside.
Damn it, Carl.
All right, but don't turn on each other. We'll find another way to make the coin.
face is covered. Are you worried someone might recognize you? You can find all sorts of good stuff in bloodfly nests.
Careful!